You've tuned into the Millennials Anonymous podcast.
And yes, it is your girl Lise Winnie, and I am a fucking millennial. Today we got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
As your girl Lise gets you hyped and real
comfortable. They need to be comfortable.
WRDR and we're 98.4 FM.
I'm gonna have to throw this bitch in the river. Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Millennials Anonymous podcast. Yes, it is your girl Lise Winnie, and I am a fucking millennial. So let's get this party started right, and so very quickly, alright? We got a guest, okay? That's one of the reasons why we gotta get it started quickly today, because if you not new to this and you true to this, you know, okay? You know that I'm long-winded as fuck. Okay, I can go down the rabbit hole with the best of them and get lost in the sauce. And the craziest shit about this, listen, come here. If you listening to this, you can't, you won't know, you can't see, but it's just me. And I'm talking to my goddamn self at discreet, and I still get off topic. So, you know, this is one of them days where I gotta try to stay on topic when you have an interview with somebody and they really dope, and so you want to get as much of it as humanly possible, okay, so that you stay within a certain time frame, because I know you don't want to hear me talk forever. I know y'all like to hear me talk for a couple hours, a couple 30 minutes, couple minutes, but you don't want me to talk forever. So this is why I try my best. And listen, sidebar to a sidebar, I edit this shit and it still be like, okay, this shit is still long. Like, it's a whole thing. I'm just telling you, it's a whole thing. But we do have a guest today, all the way from Boston, Mass. We got the B cities in the building, Baltimore and Boston up in here. Yes, and we got to say it aggressive because you know how it is. We East Coast, okay? But we got Mr. Charlie Masheen in the building. Yes, we is gonna rage against the machine. He is here, and he's all the way from CWTFB Radio in the building. And yes, I've been talking to a lot of media people. This is the new vibe for this year. It's sort of like, if you are on my radars, because I like you and I like your vibe. So I'm talking to him because I like his vibe. Plus, he is one of the when I tell you, sidebar, okay, sidebar to a sidebar, another sidebar. So we are now in the judge's chambers, I guess. Listen, I'm a voice person. I like people that have good, hearty voices. All right. When I hear people that have good, hearty voices, I am immediately drawn to them. I like a good hearty voice. Can you tell? Mine is like, it's chunky soup. You know, remember when they had little commercials with the football players, and then Donovan McNabb, his mother was on there. She kept giving him that chunky soup. It's sort of like that. It like warms your soul without the sodium. Okay, without the sodium, because I don't kill black peoples over here. Okay, so without the sodium, and he has one of those voices that were like real. That's what stopped me. So I don't know, because I follow people on my timeline based on stuff that other people that I know like, and based on like the cover art or the images or whatever. And I started following them because of the imagery that they had, and like look real professional. I was like, oh, this is some professional shit. I need to be talking to them. And then I heard the voice, and then I went, oh, okay, that's that voice right there. That's that voice right there, okay? So I was like, all right, I gotta talk to him, because he got one of them Campbell soup voices. Women know them Campbell soup voices that kind of make you swoon just from hearing it, like,
a chunky quarterback moment.
The one that just make he keep taking your call, and then he call you back. You be like, okay, just whatever, baby. Like, he got one of those voices, those deep boys, the men type of voice. Like, he got that. He's on here. You want to hear it when he comes on here. And I addressed the whole accent thing, because I think it's a thing. Because I thought, you know, I'm sitting up here like, Boston people got this accent, like my b-boy people got an accent, but we got into it. So we're gonna talk to him, and Like I said, it's snowing. It's snowing outside. It's going to be snowing here in Baltimore for quite some time. A couple days. Let me not say quite some time. Praise the Lord for not forever. But it's going to be snowing for a couple days. 3 days to be exact. And so you're not going nowhere. You stuck in the fucking house like LL Cool J. We in the house. Like, we ain't going nowhere over here, over east. And it makes me so sad because I have peoples, okay? Somebody that I know is coming back from fucking Aruba, okay? They got flued out, all right? Listen, why don't nobody want to flew me out? I know I got a little extra weight and I got the pooch, but that don't mean nothing. Everybody don't have to be built like the Build-A-Bears. Like, everybody don't have to be built like ants. Like, sometimes you can have people that be built like Winnie the Pooh. Like, it's okay. All right, it's okay. Flued me out sometime, but they got flued out and they went to Aruba, okay? And they're coming back. My uncle is in Tampa for the fucking Super Bowl. So, good for him. The whole week. And he showed the thing because he knew it was snowing here. And he was just straight up being like, showing it's 70 here. Like, you goddamn you. Okay? This is why I don't be on Facebook like that. This is why. Okay? This is it right here. We stuck. Okay, so there's not a whole lot I can do, but watch stuff. So I'm trying to find some good things to watch. And one of the things I couldn't wait to watch was the Wendy Williams story, which we'll talk about on Top 10 Trending Topics. It only makes sense because she's the queen of hot topics, right? And I'll tell you what I thought about it. Now, sidebar to a sidebar, though. One of the things that I always say about fucking Wendy Williams, she is the queen of talk. I don't give a damn how you like her. If you like her, I don't give a damn if you like how she do things. I don't give a damn if you don't like how she talk about people and you think she's hypocritical. I don't give a damn. But if you are black and you do anything celebrity news related, like if you are fucking all them bloggers that we follow, all the bloggers, all of the podcasters, all of them people, radio, she is our mom. She sunned all of us, okay? We are all her sons, okay? And not Nikki saying it, but literally Wendy could say that to all of us, okay? Because she sunned us. Now, I can only give her respects and props for what she was able to open, because she opened a lane that wasn't necessarily there. I mean, we had Howard Stern and like some of those other people, but it really wasn't open yet. And so I have to give her props for being able to be as open as she was and be as honest as she was, because there would be no me without her. So that's why I was like, yeah, let's give her props or her dues, whether you like her or not. But we'll talk about what I felt about the movie itself in a minute, which is a whole nother shebang. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. And then also make sure you check out our website, because we got a couple of affiliation things going on the website, right? You know, not a gang or anything. We won't do that over here. No. But we have, look at me. I look like the fucking Hamburglar. You know I ain't doing that shit. Look at this. Look at me. No. But listen, go over there to millennials.us so you can check out some of the shit that we got going on. Yeah, I don't even know it off the top of my head, but go over there and you'll check it out. I think we have, of course, Try the World. You get a free box to Try the World. That's like you get a bunch of different foods, like samples. Well, not food samples, but ingredients to make stuff from all over the world. Then you also have Downtown Locker Room, DTLR Villa, I guess is the new word. DTLR Villas on there. So I think you can get like, is it 50% off of like winter gear? And then we also have Ballsy for the whole Valentine's Day. So if you have balls, you might want to use Ballsy, okay? Or if you are a girl who loves balls, girls who love balls, which I actually was going to do a sports show. This is called Girls Who Love Balls, by the way. But girls who love balls, if you like balls and you have an affinity for them, you might want them to also be cleaned. So you could give this ball wash, and you can use our code, which is ball M.A.P.S. Okay, it's ball map so that you know how to find the ball so you can clean the balls because it's ball map. So make sure you go on millennials.us so that you can get that deal or whatever, because I think you get like 25% off, I think. Yeah, 25%. Yeah, I think you get 25% off. So make sure you get that before Valentine's Day or whatever, you know what I mean? Or any day, birthday, holidays, weekends, whatever. You know what you need it for. But make sure you go to the website and you do that, okay? So I got to get to these top 10 trending topics, because if I don't, I'm going to be over the limits, okay? I'm going to be talking over the limits, and we don't want to be doing that, to be talking over the limits. So let's get to these top 10 trending topics of the week. And I said it right. I didn't even get fucked up with the flicked. I didn't get flicked with my mouth today. So there we go. This is a good day. Yes. Let's get to these top 10 trending topics.
Turn that shit up. Turn that shit up. Turn that.
All right. Let's get to these top 10 trending topics of the week. We always get you a little bit of politicalness first. We sprinkle it on it, and then we give you the other stuff. But let's talk about it, because Miss Marjorie Green of Georgia is really letting her straitjacket show through her clothes as Republicans grovel back to Trump. And this Trumpian, okay, she is a true Trumpian, is showing her true colors, okay, which apparently is a white sheet. All right. And I just don't understand. She is not only a United States Congresswoman, okay, she has been appointed to the Education Committee, and apparently she has never seen a school, ever. I don't know if she's ever gone in one, because everything that she truly believes has been found online, and she has been spewing conspiracy theories for many moons, okay? Many moons she's been spewing conspiracy theories, and they have found countless tweets where she's not only wished harm upon her co-workers, she has also supported some of the craziest far-right rhetoric out there. So if you're not familiar with her, here's some of the policies I guess she will introduce. Maybe she's going to do something about the wildfires in California, as she believes that the wildfires were started by lasers coming from outer space, okay, that are being controlled by Jewish people, or maybe they're Jewish lasers, which we have not clarified that with her yet, okay? It may be either or. I don't know. At this point, if we're believing this, either one is plausible, okay? And she also believes that the Parkland shooting was a hoax. It was not real. The children weren't real. They were actors. They were paid actors. None of this was real. I believe she believes that 9/11 was also not real. She also wants people to kill Nancy Pelosi. She has supported the notion of other people killing Nancy Pelosi, who she works with. Now, listen, if you're not familiar with white privilege, this is it, okay? Because she's on the Education Committee, but this is after they found out all of this shit about her, okay? So she is able to do all of this and say all of these crazy things, okay? And she has gotten promoted, okay, to the Education Committee. I don't know. We need to have a conversation, Georgia. Now, I know that now Georgia is considered Stacey Abrams' country, all right? But what we gonna do about this, all right? I don't know who she was running against, people down there in Georgia. Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks, I suppose. I don't know who was less qualified than her. My 5-year-old probably would have been better candidate, and she believes in unicorns, okay? So at least if we're going to give somebody that believes in the fairy tales, at least have them believe in the fairy tales, you know, that are nice fairy tales, as opposed to, you know, like a Wicked Witch of the East kind of fairy tales. It doesn't make sense to me, America. What the fuck are we doing? Okay, what are we doing here? She's presiding over the bills that are gonna. It's very scary. Now, whether they censure her or they get her up out of there, out of the Congress, I don't think it's going to happen because the Republicans is going through something right now. And speaking of Donald Trump and the Republicans, so Donald Trump might need some of those Republicans in order to
it's all fake news.
Be his lawyer, as his entire legal team said, you know what? I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. We got to step up off. Now, I don't know if Rudy Giuliani is because he's getting sued for $1 billion. You heard that right. Yes, he is. I don't know. He's going to be sweating all kind of hair dye.
Don't be rude.
But when I tell you that his whole legal team quit because he wants them to go to court with a losing case to say that he did not lose the election and to push election fraud in an impeachment trial for an insurrection of people who also supported the fact that this election was false, which really proves that he's guilty as fuck. So that is why his attorney said, you know what? I can't. I've defended, robbing, deceitful, lying, murderous criminals, but I cannot defend you. Like that's just saying a lot. And he's the former president of the United States. This means this motherfucker had the codes, the nuclear codes in his pocket. Like what kind of country do we live in? Represents himself. This should be quite entertaining. Sad for America, yes. Entertaining for the American people. Yeah. So let's talk about AOC and her expensive ass sweatshirt. So Miss AOC has an expensive ass sweatshirt out, and of course conservatives jump on the bandwagon of the day, and they're all jumping on her for this shirt, and they're saying that basically she should create a shirt that just says tax me, because the only people that can actually afford her expensive $58 sweatshirt are rich people, which makes 100% sense to me. Like, why not? Like, if the rich people gonna buy this goddamn shirt, let them buy the goddamn shirt. Like, it's not hurting no goddamn body. And according to AOC, she said the reason why the shirts cost so much is because she's using unionized workers. Yes, she said they got a whole union. They not out here like Trump. He getting his stuff over there made by Wish, okay, and they shipping it in. He over there getting them Make America Great Again hats from Alibaba. And she says she not over there doing it. Okay, she is here in America, in the United States, of a whole America, not a half America, but the whole America, okay? And she used unionized workers, and that's why it costs more. So if we want our people here to get paid more, we might have to pay more. That's all I'm saying. It's unfortunate, the system that we live in, but this is where we at, okay? This is where we're at. And I don't know if you know it, AOC, baby. Sidebar to a sidebar. Come here. I don't know if you know it, but when I looked online. Now, I don't know if it's the conservatives or whatever, but I had looked online, and that same shirt was out there. Had your name on it and everything. It was $19. So I don't know who had got your information, but you might want to look into that, okay? You might want to take a look at that. And GameStop is now not stopping. GameStop has gotten the boost that they need. Yes, and if you sitting around like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know. I've been seeing the Robins and the Hoods and the Weebles and what is happening. So basically, GameStop. It's a drama of GameStop with a bunch of people that decided that they were going to save their childhood from going under. They was like, you know what? I don't want to grow up. I'm a GameStop kid. They're not going to do the same thing to GameStop that they did to Jeffrey. And they said they was going to save this dying relic of a company because you buy the fucking games on the console, so you absolutely do not need this store. So what happened was they said that GameStop was going to close. And so GameStop was about to close until the people on Reddit came in and they bought up all the stock. So basically what it did was it shot GameStop stock way up to the ceiling, to the sky. Okay, so now it started at like $17. Now it's like a $370 some per share. So listen, don't y'all be holding on. I don't got no Series 6, 66, or 7, so don't listen to me. I'm not giving y'all advice, but I would probably pay attention to that because this company is not worth nearly as much as y'all are investing in it. So just make sure you just pay attention to what the fuck is going on. That's all I'm saying. I did not jump into this at all. So get rich, okay? Get rich or die trying. And America's hashtag goals relationship is back in the news again. T.I. and Tiny are expeditiously getting back in the news over some brand new sexual allegations that they are drugging women in order to have sex with them. And allegedly, T.I. is having sex with minors. And this is coming from a former friend of T.I. and Tiny, which both of them have expeditiously denied the fact that this in fact is true. They have both said that this is false. This is not true. Not that they don't have threesomes. He didn't necessarily say that, but he was saying that he has never forced anyone in order to have sex with him. Which, sidebar, sir, I must give props to you because I don't know how you find the time to sit in an OBGYN office, because you know you're going to be in there for at least 30 hours, even though they booked a fucking appointment. You're going to be in there for at least 30 hours. And you got a show, you got a podcast, you on Netflix, you trying to get that Netflix special, and you over there, okay? You over there with 2, 3, 4, 5 women. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 women. That's a lot. You a little older, so you got the refractory period, so you got to pump it up and wait for it to rise back to the occasion. So that's a lot of time. You know what I mean? That's a lot of time that you have wasted in a day, and for you to still have that much time to be in the OBGYN. Sir, you have found the machine to time, and you need to give it to us all. Like not that, you know what I mean? Not don't give it to us all. It seems like you are spread very thin. You must have like 2 semen left in your ball sack. So we're not talking about that. But we need for you to give us the secret to time, sir, because it seems like you have an abundance of it. So, and you have 15,000 children. I don't know where you find the time, but clearly you have it. And apparently the lady who's making the allegations is also not out of the woods, because according to Shikana, who is Tiny's former best friend, or maybe current best friend, I don't know, they go in and out of friendship, but she says that this young lady who is making these sexual allegations actually was the recruiter of these girls. So if this in fact is true and they are drugging women, she's just as guilty, because she knew why she was bringing them to their home and she didn't say anything. So, and apparently she's in love with Tiny. So that was also an alleged by Shikana. I don't know. This just seems like a bunch of as the world turns bullshit. Now, all I know is that we about to get a very long ass, ridiculously long ass message written from T.I. about a bunch of words that don't nobody know what they mean. And it's just gonna be, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And the Wendy Williams movie aired on Lifetime and was like, how you did? And I'm like, I don't know how I'm doing, Wendy. I don't think I liked it. I felt like this was rushed to me, and I still have not forgiven her for the fucking fiasco of the Aaliyah movie that came on Lifetime years ago, because she was like the executive producer of that shit or whatever. It was trash. And I felt like this week, it was like she had it on fast forward. Like it kept skipping. It kept buffering or whatever. I felt like that's what was happening, because we missed like chunks out of her life. Like they had Charlemagne in there for a second, and I'm like, isn't Charlemagne the one that introduced your husband to Serena Hudson? Shouldn't he have been in there more? And the guy that they picked to play Charlemagne, like who the fuck was he supposed to be? Like he didn't look nothing like like y'all couldn't find a chocolate dark bald man. I see them everywhere. Y'all couldn't find one. Like what happened with that? And same thing with the Wendy Williams character. I'm like, she could be maybe like a second cousin. She looked like maybe they was in the same genome, but not quite Wendy, because Wendy Williams is a unique face. She has unique features. We need somebody to look a little bit more like Wendy. Like you didn't have to tell us who she was supposed to be. because if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't have known. You put it on Netflix or something next time, because this we missed too much. It was too many holes in this movie. It was like Swiss cheese, baby. No. And well, speaking of Wendy Williams is kissing and telling. Yeah, she is kissing and telling the MTHOD man. She is kissing on Method Man. Not only is she kissing, she's bathing. And apparently she's fucking, because she told her DJ Sus One, that she fucked Method Man. Listen to this.
He put his head down, and I put my head down, and people didn't even realize at the time it was Wendy. And one of the biggest stars, the leader of the biggest group in the world, just left, got in her Pathfinder, and went back to her penthouse in Jersey City, where she bathed him in her jacuzzi tub. I don't
know if I'm asking too much, but did you guys go all the way?
Yes.
Wow.
What are you, stupid?
Have you
What, are you out of your mind?
So you hear her saying that, and 50 Cent is egging it on, as he always does, with showing like, if I was Method Man, I would forget about this too, because Wendy did say that she didn't know if Method Man would remember having sex with her or not. Now, this was back in the 90s, so it's possible that he has forgotten. She clearly has not, but you get the point. That I don't know if most people would kiss and tell, but this is Wendy Williams' bag. This is who Wendy Williams is. Like, if she had this information on somebody else, she would have spilled it. So the fact that she spilled it on herself kind of makes sense. I don't know why y'all are mad at Wendy Williams. I mean, the only person that should be mad is Method Man and an OnlyFans star. Listen to this. Makes $100,000 a month. Her name is Monica Hold of Instagram, who I guess eventually transitioned over to OnlyFans. She has sexually explicit content. She showed a Snapchat of her OnlyFans dashboard that showed that she is making $100,000, or at least last month she made $100,000. Listen. It makes you want to just say, I know I got a Winnie the Pooh body, but it's got to be a market for it somewhere. Like, somebody got to want to see that. Like, somebody is body type for everybody, right? 100. Why did I even put clothes on? Like, this is just the part that I'm not understanding. That's a lot of money. She's making more money per month than people are making in a year. Like, this is outrageous. This is what I'm saying, men. We had this conversation last week. When y'all say that I want a good girl, a nice girl, or the girl that don't do that, this motherfucker wouldn't be making $100,000 a month. She didn't make $100,000 in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. She made $100,000 on OnlyFans in a month. Somebody's watching it, okay? Somebody's supporting it. So all of y'all asses is lying. That's all I'm about to say. And I need y'all to be safe. Speaking of women on social media, I'm gonna need y'all to be safe, okay? Because a girl gets hit in the back of her head from her ceiling fan trying to do the brand new silhouette challenge. I like the challenges. They're cute. Okay, we started off with the busted challenge, and now we're moving into the silhouette challenge and all these other fucking challenges that are happening. The June bug challenge. Listen, okay, so a lot of y'all been getting hurt doing these challenges. Like, it was one girl doing the June bug. She slipped the fuck off. First of all, I don't know why you get on a car hood with them flat like she had on the shoes that you buy from like Rainbow. They was flat, no arch in sight, no traction, no grip, and you're on a hood of a car. She slipped off like she was ice skating. I thought she was Johnny Weir. I don't know. I don't think she knew she was gonna be Nancy Kerrigan that day, but she the fuck was, okay? And so she slid, she skated off. I gave her at least a 7.5 for the landing. She skated off the hood doing this June bug challenge, and she wasn't even doing it. What, like, are we doing anything for the likes at this point? Are we? The girl about to get beheaded in her damn apartment trying to do, I don't even know what the fuck she was about to do. It was like, what kind of silhouette challenge was you doing where you needed to be on the bed? Like, this is not what we need you to be doing right now. And also, that silhouette challenge Is it me or the music? It's scurry. That is some scurry ass music. Like, what about that sounds sexy to y'all? That sounds like the demon is coming. Like, this was like, oh no. If I tried that, I was like, I was turning the lights back on. I was like, oh no, y'all can have this demon ass music. Y'all, these kids crazy as hell. Peeping Tom falls through the ceiling of a woman's locker room as he was trying to peep women. That's some karma for your ass. See, this is the thing. You never see a woman get caught doing that dumb shit. Like, you don't see a woman get caught with the fucking camera in the men's room. You don't see the fucking woman get caught outside the basement room and looking in the walls. Like, you don't. What men? Why? I know they did the study that said the brains is different, but one is not better than the other. But you listen. Women don't do this. Like, I don't know. I think y'all need to reevaluate that test, because women don't do this. We don't be perverted as Spider-Man. Like, that's not what we out here doing. We are not turning into fucking nasty ass superheroes trying to have X-ray vision to see fucking ball sacks. Like, that's just not what we out here doing. We're not out here doing that. I don't understand men at all. And speaking of not getting it at all, there was a bunch of anti-vaxxers that shut down a COVID-19 vaccination site at the Dodgers Stadium. So 50 protesters gathered at the stadium entrance. They held signs with anti-vaccine and anti-mask rhetoric, and they started shouting at drivers who were lined up for their vaccination appointments. And this is in California, the liberalist, bluest blue state you can find. Oh, great. Listen, anti-vaxxers. Okay, here's the part that I don't get. Why are you stopping us from getting the vaccine? Why do you just not get it? Because if I get the vaccine, how does that impact you? Like, that's the part that I just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I get it if we was trying to give it to you, we was trying to force you. I was in a car because I was driving to the vaccination site to try to give you the vaccine. Then I get it. But you outside yelling at my car because I'm giving the vaccine to me don't make no sense at all. And listen to all the people out there, because I know it's still a lot of people that are like, you know what? I don't really trust this vaccine. I don't really want the vaccine. I don't know what it's going to do. I get it. I get the fear. But at the same time, if they wanted to kill us all, wouldn't the easiest way to be to put it in y'all food? Think about that shit. They control the FDA. So if they really wanted to kill y'all off in mass quantities, why would they not put it in the food? And if they wanted to target certain races of people, you'll start to see them put the shit in certain types of food. So if they want to kill off the black people, you're gonna see them. If they say let's use beer, okay? So if you want to kill off black people, they're gonna put it in Hennessy, okay? They're gonna put it in Hennessy, all right? And Cavassier. They're gonna put it in Ace of Spades, stuff that black people is gonna fucking drink, all right? That kill them off. For the Mexican people or Hispanic people, they're gonna put it in Modelo. Okay, you make a couple Coronas. All right, couple Coronas. They're gonna put it in there. All right. So you see what I'm saying? Like, there's easier ways to kill y'all off. This is more traceable. This is a more traceable way to kill y'all off. Like, because now you're walking around with a card, and then you know exactly when you got that. Whereas you eat food every day and you don't even think about it. Like, oh, just, I ate food. What'd you eat? I don't know. It's a harder thing to figure out what you ate. Don't make no goddamn sense. Like, I'm just saying. I don't know if I'm gonna get it yet, but the more you think about it, like, some of y'all be taking random cum shots to the face, but you will not. You will in COVID-19 season. But y'all will not take the vaccine make that shit make sense to anyone. But this has been the top 10 trending topics of the week. Let's get to this interview with Mr. Charlie Masheen.
I don't know who's all attending because at this point we running way too behind.
All right, we have a guest today. I'm excited because I think I've heard a couple of episodes. I found the person through social media. I don't know how, but somehow I found him. And the episodes that I've heard were lit. It was fire. And so I was like, I gotta talk to this person. Welcome. Is it Masheen? Am I saying it right? Charlie
Masheen, baby, Masheen.
I'm hearing it. I thought you was from Charlie Masheen from Boston, Mass, but it sounds. Am I hearing a New York accent?
I'm influenced by hip hop culture, so but nah, I'm from Boston. Yeah, Boston, born and raised.
Okay, I was like, it sounded a little bit like New York to me. Got you.
I get that sometimes, but I don't see it. But it is what it is.
Okay, got you. Now, how did Charlie become the Masheen? Because you're in media, right? Like media now. Have you always been in media, or were you in art? Because what I normally hear with people that are very heavily influenced by music is that you are an artist first.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know what I mean? I failed as an artist. You know what I mean? Niggas call me the Joe Budden of Boston. You know what I mean? I used to rap under the moniker of Young Chiz.
Okay.
My name is Charles. Niggas call me Chiz. That's like a Boston thing. Everybody Chiz. Like, I don't know if people knew Ralph Tresvant from New Edition was Riz. He was like the first is, you know what I mean, from Boston. That was publicly known. I was Young Chiz. I rapped for years since I was like 14 years old. It was, it was cool. It was fun. Started doing other things. Got, caught up in life, and I stopped making music. Started getting into the podcast space in 2018. I recorded my first podcast. December 2018, I recorded my first podcast episode. I had another podcast with a partner of mine that didn't really do too well. And I started CWTFB radio in 2020. And here we are today, man. I'm Charlie Masheen. My man M.A.P.S, my actual old partner on the podcast that I had prior, he gave me the name Masheen because it was around the time that Charlie Sheen had that winning interview.
Oh,
right.
Okay, got you.
And at the time, he was like, "Yo, you winning? You Charlie Sheen from M.A.P.S, so you're Masheen." You know what I mean? At May, whatever. So here, I'm Charlie Masheen. Here we are.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
That's interesting. So are you a podcast or you already? Because I was a little confused. I was like, all right, so you added the radio because of the music, or are you technically?
Well, I called it CWTFB radio because I want people to rap. You know what I mean? Like, when you come up here, if you're an artist, I want you to freestyle. I want to see what your abilities are to create on the fly. You know what I mean? Whether you sing, whether you rap, whether you do poetry, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna ask a politician to rap, but like, if you know what I mean.
I mean, that would be dope if you can get them to do it.
Right? It'd be crazy. But nah, we're not there yet. But we having fun with it. It started, picking up a little steam right now in the city, and and here we are.
I mean, you guys have had a lot of people on your show locally, and it's funny to me because Bobby Brown Jr.? I think you had him.
I did not have Bobby Brown Jr. on there. No, I did not. But I know somebody who was really close with him. My man Yahweh Almighty. He was really close with Bobby Brown Jr. I think they're family, actually. They might be like cousins or something, like distant cousins. And that was the only connection I had to him. But no, I didn't get a chance to do that.
Got you. Yeah, that would have been so dope. Rest in peace. Yeah,
R.I.P., man. He was doing his thing, and to have a name like Bobby Brown attached to you, like you don't ask for things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to uphold the legacy. It just sucks that his story was cut short. You know what I mean?
What's Boston? So is Boston like because I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about Boston. except for I know you guys have like us, you have a really distinct accent where it's like, oh, I know where you're from.
Well, you see, the thing about that is people who have a Boston accent are white. You know what I'm saying? There's no niggas that sound like I'm about to park my car in the Harvard Yard and all that stupid shit. I hate that shit because it's like I don't know no niggas who talk like that. You know what I mean? And I'm in sales, so like I speak to affluent Anglo Saxons on a daily basis.
Got you.
And I've said it to some of them. They'll be like, yeah, people always know where I'm from because of my accent, and I'm like, the funny thing is, you ain't even from Boston. You're from like fucking Everett or like Revere or like one of these metro Boston towns or Walpole or whatever the case may be. And that's the people who talk like that, the whites. It's not us. It's not us. We have an East Coast accent, I believe.
That is interesting. Now that you mentioned that, that is true. All the people that I can tell that have that accent, they are white.
Yeah, they have no melanin in their saying? Like they not it. They're not us.
You right. I mean, I'm sorry. My bad. Did you watch because I know you do a lot of like music reviews. You bring a lot of artists on your show. I was gonna call you Keyshia, but I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna call him the Keyshia. I stopped. But did you watch that? Did you watch the verses? What? Well, let me ask you this: what are your thoughts on the verses? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you think it's unnecessary?
I didn't get to see Keyshia and Ashanti. I've seen a few verses joints. I would love to see, what sucks is that you can't do it. You know what I mean? Because Nate Dogg passed, but when I think of like verses, I think of like people like Devin the Dude versus Nate Dogg.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're like, a real
East Coast, West. Okay. Oh, I do this shit. You know what I mean? I do this rap shit. Like hip hop, that's in my blood. Like I have a brother who was born in 74. You know what I mean? I was born in 89. And, his influence in music kind of trickled into what I wanted to listen to. And I went back. I dug into the crates. I got cousins who were DJs that are Gen X. They're not millennials like me. So like, they influencing me on like, you should listen to this, you should listen to that. Till this day, my favorite solo artist is Ghostface Killah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Biggie's the greatest of all time till this day. You know what I mean? But so I'm stuck in that,
better than Tupac.
World. Oh, I never really cared for Tupac. I'm not gonna front. I think he's good. I think he's a great artist. He's a great entertainer, great actor. I just don't believe his story. I felt like his story was.
You think he made it up?
I feel like he forced an image because he attached himself to Death Row Records.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because prior to Death Row Records, he's fucking with Digital Underground and shit like that. And, his first album came out and yeah, he would allude to the streets, but he never made it seem like he was the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You got a mother who's a Black Panther, so you're gonna have a strong personality with a woman like that. Not only is she a Black Panther, she was like the leader of her sector. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no games playing like with Afeni Shakur. So we understand. So a strong Black woman like that raising you're gonna be a strong Black man. But at the end of the day,
but isn't it about the lyrics and not necessarily? Because see, that kind of brings us into today with music. Is it really about the artist, the background, the story, or is it about the talent? His talent, like if his talent is dope.
Both. His talent is undeniable, but it's one thing to say, I come from an area that does X, Y, and Z, to now it's thug life tatted on my stomach.
So you feel he like a? Well, this is pushing it. They in no world would you ever put these two artists in the same sentence, but I'm about to do it. Okay, so are you comparing him to a Tekashi?
No, stop it.
I'm not saying he's a snitch.
That is a super stretch. Tekashi doesn't have that background. You know what I mean? Daniel, you know what I mean, was raised by what was a Mexican immigrant family. whatever. He was a good kid up until he started doing music. The difference is Pac. He might have seen some shit. With your mom being a Black Panther, you might have seen some guns in the crib. You might have seen some shit go down. The difference is he went to school for the arts. He could package himself up to be whoever the fuck he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? He can make us believe, the consumer, that he is that guy. When in reality, he's just really good at putting words together, and he's just a great artist. So I don't want to shit on his legacy. Because of that, I just didn't. And it was on some East Coast, West Coast shit. I was like, oh, fuck that. I mean, fuck the other side. It is what it is. Gang, nigga. What's up? You know what I mean?
Got you. Yeah, I will never in history put them together. But I mean, if that's the case, and people really are into the talent of the artists as well as the background, why don't we have more lyrical music now? I mean, you seem like a Griselda guy, and like you listen to that type of stuff, but that's not who's popping. When you see all the people, and yeah, I'm old, I'm a millennial, so I say popping. That's not who's moving. That's not who's on the charts.
I mean, if anybody who's in my age group and you understand hip hop and you really appreciate the art form, you would understand that Benny the Butcher is probably the hardest artist out right now, right? Can he make hits like Drake? No, but he doesn't have to, because the lyricists respect him and the movers and shakers respect him. So it's like you got people who are not necessarily the most, the party starters.
Okay.
But they will literally rap. I know street dudes who rap who say Benny the Butcher is the only person that they would pay for a feature. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because he speaks to them. But it's also a double-edged sword, because it's like that's not the only type of music. You know what I mean? Like there's young cats that are coming up right now who make the most Def-esque, Talib Kweli-esque music,
right?
That should be recognized, but because they're not talking about moving a pack or shooting a nigga, they're not getting recognized, right? So, hip hop's funny like that.
But who's pushing it though? Like, because I hear a lot of people say that, like if they, you're not talking about a certain lifestyle, nobody want to hear it. But who's pushing it? Because people used to blame the label. Now labels don't even really fucking exist.
Yeah,
who's pushing this?
The consumers and the people who people think are cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like the people who kind of give other people validation, right?
Okay.
Because look at it like this, right? You might have. All right, so I'm from Boston. You ever heard of 7981 Cal?
No.
So 7981 Cal is an artist from Boston who made a lot of drill music with his label mate counterpart G Fredo, right?
Okay.
Their crew was called HSM, Headshot Mafia, and I'm not gonna say it was called. It's Headshot Mafia. G Fredo and 7981 Cal, they're fighting a federal RICO case right now, right?
Oh,
I don't really know what's going on with them. I can't confirm nor deny what the fuck was going on with them. But you look at them, they made that bang bang shoot 'em up, rah rah, you know what I mean, like gang music, and they was doing millions of views online. G Fredo, not G Fredo, Cal made a record with what the nigga name, one of these new singy rap niggas.
No, it's melodic. Stop.
Yeah, it's singy rap. Singy rap. That's what I call it. Singy rap. I forget his name, but either way, one of these new poppin' niggas, a few of them, and they got a few. And he also did something with Mozzie. They did a few records, and they doing wild, crazy, stupid, dumb numbers. But they're not the best lyrical rappers. You see what I'm saying? It's like, hey yo, Fredo, go ahead, nigga, pull the potato. Like, okay, it rhymes, but it's not nothing that's gonna move me, a hip hop connoisseur, to be like, oh, this is it. Because I heard of them, and not once when they were out did I think I want to bring these guys on the show.
Okay.
But then when I started looking at their numbers, I was like, oh shit, these dudes are like really viral. Like they viral. Like it's not no game. It's all alleged.
It's
Ain't
heavy.
set in stone. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. I hope they make it out, because that's the last thing I want to see somebody is get jammed up on some bullshit. But what I'm saying is, you got guys like that, right, who are not lyrical artists, and then you have the other guys who are young, they're energetic, they're super lyrical, but nobody's paying attention to them because they're not making that bang bang shoot 'em up music. Those are the guys that I like to speak for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna talk about the G Fredos and the 791 Cavs and the Dita Flyers and and the Millies. I know you heard of Millies. Millies is viral. Millies is everywhere. Millies is not that far left. Like, he's not crazy bang bang shoot 'em up, but of course he's gonna talk about what's going on in his environment. Millies is high level rap. He coined the term. But there's a lot of other guys who are high level rap too. They just make different type of music, and those are the guys that need to be heard.
And is that what you're trying to do? Because it seems like you like you said, you don't really fall into what's trending. It's more so, I guess, what you like. So you're trying to change the narrative.
In a sense, because at the end of the day, you kind of have to go with what's trending. Because if you want to be a viable source, if you want to be a viable source that people are going to actually want to watch and be entertained by, like, I know what I bring to a broadcast. I know what my co-host brings to a broadcast. My man Cash and my sis Bells, I know the type of energy they bring. But at the end of the day, we have to pay attention to what's moving, right? I always tell people, it's like, I could like your music, but what have you done for yourself lately? Do you invest in yourself? Do you market yourself? Are you marketable? Are you personable? Like, do you like to build relationships with people? So there's a lot of multiple factors that go into it. If the only thing is missing is you, if you're putting the money into it, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the energy, and whatever reason you're just not popping, I'll definitely have you on the show.
Okay.
Because I want to showcase that. I'm not, I'm not going to tell you like, nah, you got to have X amount of views to be on my shit, because that's whack. You know what I mean? Because views is not skills. It's skills over politics at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you cutting the bureaucracy out, the tape, the red line, and you like, no, we're not doing none of that. We bringing you on if you're talented, you deserve to be on. But isn't it but that's where we're at. You're a podcaster, I'm a podcaster. You know how the podcasting game works.
Yeah.
You gotta go viral. And
it's a leverage thing for us, right?
Right.
Podcasters. It's like, okay, how can I leverage your time? You know what I mean? Like, and if you're not bringing anything to my table, you know what I mean? The fuck we need to have a conversation. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's a gray area there, and you got to just use your best judgment to kind of figure out who can fit that bill.
I would put your show in the same lane as a Joe Budden.
Right. You see, but the thing is, I'm not a conventional podcast. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't like most podcasts will, if it's a music podcast, what they'll do is they'll play the record. They'll play the record, and then they'll talk about it, right? I don't do that on my show. Like, I bring on an artist, we talk about them and what they're doing and things of that nature. We have a conversation, and I'm playing their music in the background. If you hear anything that you like, go and fucking look them up. You know what I mean? Go look them up. And that's why I put the music in the background. Not too many people do that. I put it low enough where it's not interfering with the audio, but it's high enough for you to understand the cadence, right? For you to understand, like, oh, this shit sounds good. It's good music. Or whatever the case may be. And also, I have people rap. Not too many podcasts are doing that, like bringing people on and saying, like, I need you to rap. You know what I mean? If you don't rap, don't show up. But you know what I mean? So, like, that's why I'm at with it, because it's like, bro, like, let's make this a radio station. Let's make this a radio station for the people. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like my vision with it. So, and content is the biggest thing that I'm pushing. It's like, how much content can we give the people from the people in our region? You know what I mean?
Now your intent is to stay local in Boston, not really to expand outside of that area right at this time.
For the moment, my ultimate vision for this platform is You know, you look at Joe Budden podcast, right? He's Joe Budden,
Mhm.
right? When people are in the area, they want to tap in with Joe Budden podcast,
Right.
right? You know, if somebody flies into New York or Jersey, wherever, I don't know where he records, whatever, they're like, if I got time, I'm gonna sit down with Joey and Rory and Mal.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking to do. Is I want to bring, you know, the attention to the people who are out there, like the major artists. And COVID kind of put a damper in that because nobody's touring, nobody's
Mhm.
coming out here. Like I had an opportunity to have Lady London on here, and I
Okay.
fucking love Lady London. She's amazing. It was supposed to be last August, and she told me, she was like, "Yo, look, like if you pull up on me, I'll do the interview on the spot." And I
Mhm.
was ready to just, I mean, whatever, woo, woo. But COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So that
Fucking
changed the
COVID.
whole narrative. You know what I mean? So, but that's what I mean. Like, if I, you know, having an interview with somebody like Lady London would open doors to having conversations with other people. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
that's just what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I want to talk to the people who I think are dope. Lady London's an amazing lyricist.
Mhm.
Like I don't really understand why she's not on the fucking mainstream stage yet, to be honest.
I think she doesn't fit the narrative. I don't want to knock my ladies. I don't want to
Why?
knock my
Because
ladies.
she don't got a fake ass and fake titties.
That I think it's true. I mean, all of the rappers right now that are popping, you got, you know, Erica just came out, you got Meg the Stallion, you know, you got
Erica.
Cardi B. So the girl that does the Bust It, that new song, and her name Erica. I think it's Erica.
I don't even know
I
her
think it's
name.
Erica Campbell. I think it's her name.
Okay.
But they're all the same. Like they all they kind of look the same. They all their
They got the
hair's the
same body
same.
shape. You know what I mean? Light skinned Keyshia, who's
Right.
not really light skinned either. I don't really
I
understand
was
why her name is
thinking
light
that my
skinned.
damn self,
She's
but
like your complexion. Like it's fucking weird. Like I like. Are you light skinned? Do you consider yourself light skinned?
oh no.
Like
I'm
you're
brown
not
skin.
dark skinned, right? Thank you.
I actually consider myself dark skin. I think it's the
So
lights. I got lights.
So my thing is like, what kind of black ass motherfuckers you was growing up around? Because it's like, you know, like I'm dark, right? I would never in my life, like Keisha's probably like maybe a shade or two lighter than me, right? It's like whatever. That's neither here nor there. That'll get into a whole other conversation about colorism and shit like that. I don't want niggas dragging me on the internet. So,
No, and you
but
be talking. You do talk about race a little bit on your show. I was gonna bring that
all
up.
the time, all the
I was
time.
gonna bring that up. You must didn't listen to my Millennials Anonymous at all. So you have an interesting viewpoint on that.
I don't hate white people. What I dislike is white people trying to leverage black people's voices for their benefit.
Okay.
Right. And especially like white rappers, right? I don't really like white rappers. Like, you gotta be like
so you don't fuck with Logic?
Not really. He's kind of boring. And Logic's not even all white. He's half black. So like he's what I consider a rapidy rap ass nigga, right? Like he's like how many syllables can I say in this one sentence, right? Like he's one of them niggas and he can rap.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really give a fuck about that shit. His life doesn't resonate with mine. We came up different. We don't really relate on a lot of things. I'm not saying he sucks.
Like M? Do you fuck with M?
Eminem?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Eminem is one of the greatest. He's in my top 5.
He's in your top 5, but you don't like Tupac. That's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Eminem, but not Tupac?
You think Tupac rap better than Eminem? Like rap. Like rap skills.
I mean, he's not going to be able to do the fancy wordplay that Eminem did. If you go back and read the lyrics, no, the bars are not that fancy wordplay. But if you don't like Logic for being able to do all the goddamn syllables, like
I just think he's corny. I just think he's fucking corny. Like, you know what I mean? Like that he banks on the whole half white, half black thing and whatever, like mixed feelings like a mulatto. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Like I just don't care. You know what I mean?
But you don't dislike white people because you even like you had Lisa Bella on, which was one of the best interviews. Like I
She's
love
one of
that
the whitest
interview.
motherfuckers I've ever spoken to in my life, and I love Lisa. You know what I mean? Like, I
You mean
love Lisa.
physically, she's one of the whitest.
Yeah. But I love Lisa, and I love that we were able to have that open dialogue and that candid conversation, because it's a conversation that needs to be had with people who share the same passion for the same thing. You know what I mean? What I just don't like is white boys who are just good enough
Okay.
getting the publicity and the marketing that the black rappers who are exemplary are not getting.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Meaning because the white boys have a safer bag. They could be packaged a little bit better or whatever the case may be. Or they might just have a better network. That's what a lot of being white comes down to is the network, right?
That is true.
It's like who do you know? You know what I mean? Who's in your corner? Where it's like you from the hood, your mom raised you on food stamps. Who the fuck you thought she was gonna know? You know what I mean? A pimp, a drug dealer, or whatever. Like, and I'm not shitting on niggas. I'm just this is real life shit.
No, I'm saying it's true. It is. If you don't know an investor or you don't know anybody in the music industry, you can't go nowhere.
Right. So and that's what it comes down to. And a lot of the times you see, these white dudes who look at black guys as just a ticket where they're like, we're gonna sell X amount of records off of this guy's talent, and we're gonna make sure he sees very little of it. I'm not okay with that. But all in all, man, I mean, like, racism is a very real thing, right? I will never hold my tongue and bite my tongue off of what's going on. Like, I will always call a spade a spade. I'll be out of pocket sometimes. I ain't gonna front. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be on some shit. I'll be on some left shit. But whatever, I'll own my shit. Like, you know what I mean? If I say it, then I meant it. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we can't. I can't knock you. At least you own it and you recognize what it is that you stand in dealing with it. I do want to ask you though, because you have two. Well, technically one. Is it one co-host or technically two?
I have two co-hosts.
Okay.
It's never all three of us because I just don't like. I just don't like doing that. I think
why
it's too much. I think it's too much. It's too many perspectives on the hosting angle, because a lot of the times, you got three co-hosts, one guest. It's like, yo, what we doing? We ganging up on this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, or this girl or whatever. I don't think it's necessary, and I think each co-host that I have on the show bring completely different things to the atmosphere of the conversation. So I don't really feel like it's necessary, to be honest. They do different things and they're really good at what they do, but I don't know. We're not there yet. I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I like the flow of the show and what you're doing, and it seems like you pick. I don't know if they pick like, hey, you having so and so, I want to be on here because, or how that works.
For the most part, they jump in and say tag me in, right? You know what I mean? So a lot of it is scheduling as well. You know what I mean? Life, people got lives. You know what I mean? So if I got a solo dolo it, then I'll do that. But I love the energy that's bounced off of each one of those guys. So yeah, I mean, I love the dynamic.
I like how Belle's the great. I think it's under. She checks you. Like you be saying some stuff sometimes that be like you said, far left.
Me and Bells, we go way back since I was a kid. Like her brother and I were really close. We like a year apart in high school, and he passed my senior year on some random, like a random heart attack, like heart failure. I forget what exactly. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like right before, right after I signed out, like senior sign out day. That week, I wasn't going to school, obviously, and somebody gave me the call, and it was crazy. I was supposed to do like a documentary about his life, and I did that. We recorded everything, we filmed everything, and you're talking about 2008, 2009. We was doing this on like not even 1080p, maybe 720. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It was a little grainy, and then I lost everything. My hard drive got wiped. Like everything was crazy. It never was released. But I just love her energy, and I love her views on music. She has an amazing voice, and she's never used it as like professionally, like as far as like, pursuing a music career and things of that nature. Like, she sang at church and things of that nature. But I wanted to do something with her. And I thought that all our personalities are opposite enough, but not so crazy different that it would work. You know what I mean? And yeah, and here we are. And Cash is my right hand man. Cash, that's my dog. Like, you know what I mean? Cash is, I'm a, you know what I mean? Like, I can't escape that guy. He's the godfather of my firstborn. You know what I mean? He's my little bro. And I think, with him watching what we were creating, and he was like, you know what? Like, it's time for me to jump in here because he had a lot to say. And I said, yo, you want to say all this shit? Come on the show and let's talk about it. And and it works. Chemistry is amazing, and the people love it. So we're gonna keep it going.
Absolutely, you definitely have to, because like I said, I'm a fan of the show. I stopped, like I said, I only bring people on that I truly like what they're doing. Like, if I don't like what you're doing, I don't want you on my shit. Like, sorry.
I hear you. Nah, I hear you.
I don't want to be like that, but sorry. But speaking of what you said, you have 2 babies now, right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
And didn't you just get married too?
I got married last year to my lady of, goddamn, how long have we been together? Many years. 10 plus years.
You one of them?
10 plus years. Look, I was a kid when I met her, okay? Stop it. All right? I was 18 years old when I met her.
You in your 30s, right? You in your 30s now?
I'm 31 now.
Okay.
31 now. So, 12
so the answer
years,
is yes.
Officially, officially we started dating in 2009.
Okay.
So, this upcoming, February will make 11 years dating. I mean, what am I saying? 12 years dating. And, I that's the love of my life, you know what I mean? Mother of my child, like my children. And she's an amazing wife. She's an amazing mom. She's like so devoted to being a mother, and she's an educator.
Shout out to teachers. They don't get paid.
No, they definitely don't. Trust me, I know they don't. But she loves what she does, and I just love the support that I get from her. You know what I mean? Like, she's my biggest critic, but she's also my biggest supporter. So, I mean, shout out Masheen. You know what I mean?
That's it. You got all the whole Masheen family, which I thought was absolutely adorable. That is that's so dope. Shout out to Black Love, by the way.
Thank you.
We don't always get Black Love, but shout out to Black Love. When I see I'm gonna bring race back into it. When I just say it,
I think we just like so my wife's Dominican, right? So it's like, they come from my parents are Haitian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we share the same island. We come from the same type of culture. There's a lot of
wow, that's so okay. I get it. All right, got you.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of differences in cultures, but there's more similarities than there are differences.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, language is one, obviously, right? But realistically, like, when I first met her parents, like early in our relationship, it was like, wow, we're very similar. We come from the same cloth. We have the same morals and principles. And, I always thought that I could build a life with this woman. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I got shit from, some of my black female friends early on, like, oh, well, you like them Spanish girls, right? And I'm like, little do you know that she's just like you, fam. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? She's just as black as you. Like, how you think she got any pigment in her? If she was white,
Afro-Latina,
right? You know what I mean? Like, she's very fair skinned. I'm not gonna front, but you could tell she's Hispanic. Like, she's Latina. So, that's the thing that I hate about race, where it's like, oh, well, if it's not black, it's not black. Dominicans are black. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. All right, Dominicans are black.
What's Sammy Sosa? Because he said he ain't black.
He was Dominican. He's Dominican, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was he Cuban?
He got that
one of them shits.
He might be Cuban or Dominican. I don't remember, but I know he looks
black
like
as fuck.
Okay? No, he's Michael Jackson.
I don't care what he did to himself. He black as fuck. I remember Sammy Sosa when I was growing up, and until Sammy Sosa died, he gonna be that black ass Sammy Sosa that I knew when he was on some, Salvador Gigante shit. You know what I mean? So that nigga, he's black. I don't care what nobody else Look, he's bugging. He's having an identity crisis.
Okay.
Okay, that's the shit that I don't like. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, that's extreme. You're really augmenting your appearance so you can feel a little more secure about who you are. That's next level crazy. That's a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that needs to be checked as such. But that doesn't, like, just because you change your appearance doesn't change who you are. So I don't care what nobody said. He black.
Okay. Well. I mean, whatever he wants to go by, that's
He's black.
the world we live in. Whatever he wants to go by. But if people want to hear more from you, how can they find your show?
So you can find me CWTFB Radio. I know it's spelled with a W. We say dub. CWTFB Radio. That's on all podcast platforms. Find us on YouTube, youtube.com/CWTFB Radio. Find me on Instagram, Charlie.Masheen, Charlie.Masheen. Twitter, Charlie_Masheen. Just find me anywhere. I mean, find Bells the Great, my co-host, Cash G__. We everywhere. We building the culture out here, and we building something that we want to last for a very, very long time and put on and create other opportunities for people.
Yeah, because you're choosing what the future brings. That's what you're doing.
What the future brings. Yeah. That's what it means. Choose what the future brings. CWTFB, man.
See, I do a little research. So I appreciate
You're a great interviewer. I like that.
I try. I do my best. But I appreciate you coming all the way from Boston. I ain't gonna call you Keyshia no more. I'm gonna let it go. you no longer Keyshia Cole. We back buddies again. But one day I'm gonna go to Boston. I've never been to Boston ever. But
if
one
you
day
ever in Boston, Lisa, come check me, man. Like we gonna have fun. You know what I mean?
You got it. So I appreciate you coming, but because you have such an amazing, like, your voice is, because that's what stopped me. It was your voice. I was like, he has that voice for radio. He has one of those voices that I say, whatever you need me to do, I will do it.
That's honestly, that's what I really want to do. Like, I really want to get into, voice acting, and I want my voice to be a voice that they don't even care to see the face, just love the voice. You know what I mean? I've been told for years that I should get paid on my voice, and here we are. You know what I mean? We gonna have fun with it, and we gonna talk some shit, but we gonna get some work done too while we at it. You know what I mean?
You always got to get paid. At the end of the day, that's what the bag is for. But I got to get you to say that you've been to Millennials Anonymous.
And I've been to Millennials Anonymous. You know what time it is, baby.
See, I see, and we millennials with the connection. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna hold you no more.
Synergy, sis.
Sitting in the car, and
I'm over here sweating and shit. I got this fucking big ass coat on. I'm about to go get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? My barber's like, "Yo, where you at?" You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
All right, go get your haircut. But I appreciate you. You can come back anytime you want to.
Absolutely, and likewise.
Thank you. Now I look like a combination of Jimi Hendrix, Rick James, and the Hamburger. Yes, this has been another episode of Millennials Anonymous podcast. Yes, I want to thank Mr. Charlie Masheen for coming. Such an amazing guest. I want to have him back again, because if we talk about music again, he's got to come back. So dope. So make sure you follow him on Instagram, and make sure you follow his show on Instagram and on YouTube. Such a great interviewer, such a great show, such a great podcast. When I tell you, if you like Joe Budden, you will like him too. And I want to give a big shout out to my peoples, because there is a podcasting conference coming up in September. So I will have some more information on that for you guys when registration opens. So if you are a sponsor and you want to sponsor the virtual podcast coming in September the 25th through 26th, please hit us up at millennials.us. We have a couple of guests coming. Like I said, I don't tell you nothing until they're here, because people don't be showing up and all that. I don't do that. So once it comes, if everything works out, you're gonna be very excited. Okay, we got something for the side chicks, because after Valentine's Day we got some side chick Monday. Okay, we got something we got some for the ladies coming. We got a comedian coming. We have an author coming. We got some people coming. So make sure you stay tuned, because we're gonna have some great conversations and some great discussions about all types of things. You know how I do. I like to vary it a little bit. So we're gonna have a great time. Good time. So make sure you stay tuned and you stay locked and you stay loaded. Appreciate you. Bye. Stay safe out there. Bye.